Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Command World War II, World at War, a game developed by Fury Software and published by Matrix and Slitherine Games. It is a turn-based World War II strategy game with 2 week turns and an I go, you go format. So basically the Axis goes and then the Allies go 2 weeks later, then the Axis go 2 weeks later, etc. This is episode number 51 in our Let's Play series. We are playing as the Allies, and the war in Europe is going very poorly. We landed at one point in time in France and drove all the way to the doorstop of Paris, but the Germans shifted a massive amount of troops to the west. We knocked the Italians out of the war, but the Germans shifted a massive number of troops west, and they are now chasing us back to Spain, which had joined the war on the side of the Axis powers. We had taken Spain out, but now we're withdrawing to a mountainous region on the border between France and Spain and the Pyrenees in an effort to build a defensive wall there to prevent being completely driven off the European continent. In the Pacific, things are going a little bit better. China's hanging on by its fingernails, and the Americans have just taken Iwo Jima in the drive through the Central Pacific on the Japanese home islands. But we now are at the point where the Japanese, I believe, may have kamikazes, and so I'm not sure what the range on those are, or their maritime bombers on the Asian coast. But we'll have to see how that all plays out. This was taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel from a couple of days ago. And with that being said, I'm just going to jump right in. We're just about to end the turn and move into 1944. So we're ending the December 31st turn, and we'll be moving into January of 1944. And let's go ahead and just get right in. We'll go for Okinawa next. All right, so I think we're ready to end the turn. We'll see what the next turn has in store for us. BEF suffers attrition. Japanese morale suffers from the fall of Iwo Jima. Peru is joining the Allies, which is good, not because they're going to provide any real meaningful troops, but it's good for our income. Guadalcanal bombers hinder Allied supply to Australia. Axis raiders disrupt our convoys everywhere. U.S. troops raise the flag on Mount Suribachi in Iwo Jima. UK develops level 4 tanks. It's about damn time. America's almost to level 5 tanks. Logistics development, 100%. It's good to see. I'd rather see production go up. So we're doing way worse in Europe, but we're doing way better in the Pacific theater anyway against the Japanese, taking Iwo in January 44. Meanwhile, the Germans, hopefully this is a relatively quiet turn on the Western Front, just them taking some territory, I would guess. Oh, shit! Well, we just lost something at sea there. They moved their carriers out to engage our landing forces off of the Philippines, and they managed to destroy something. I don't know what it was. Yeah, I just cut through the Central Pacific, Ivan. I didn't really bother much at all against the Japanese in the Solomons or New Guinea. Didn't even go for... did we take Tarawa? I can't remember. Didn't take something. All right, well, this could be the chance to destroy what's left of the Japanese fleet. They only have 3 units. 2 of them are subs. 1 of them is a carrier. And they're all at sea now, I believe. Kamikazes, that's great. There goes another transport off of the coast of the Philippines. Those were so they destroyed 2 transports of Commonwealth troops off the coast of the Philippines. Maybe 3, actually. So that's turning into a bloodbath. Just what we wanted. Yeah, that silver, like, flying bomb-looking thing is what the kamikaze units look like in the game. Meanwhile, it is winter, so the Germans get a penalty on some... Oh, V weapons are hitting England. I guess the only good thing about the Kamikazes is I think they cost like 100 something, and then the Germans have to, and then they get destroyed. So it's kind of a lost unit. All right, so there goes 2 of our land units there, and Italy do not make it out. Meanwhile, the Germans going right back on the offensive near Moscow because of the clear weather. Japanese attack there in China went nowhere. That's good at least. Mechanized unit in Russia destroyed. I mean, Russia's a goner. It's just a matter of holding out as long as it can. The Germans get a huge economic boom when they take Russia out, so... They get like 2,000 MPPs or something stupid. Alright, so they didn't actually get to the border in Spain yet, so that's good. That should allow us to sort of pick the front line that we want there. Whoa! Japanese armor cutting through to the heart of China in the west. I don't know how they're going to supply those guys, though. There's no roadways there. Save the game, Sean? I mean, I hope. I don't know. If I for sure thought I had no chance of avoiding a major defeat, I don't think I'd be playing anymore. I think it will be very difficult for the Germans to win a major victory, because I think to do that they have to take England? I could be wrong on that. I wonder if Moscow might be enough. I think Moscow would give them a minor victory. Also, if we knock out Tokyo, then I don't think they can win at all from a victory perspective. They may win in Europe, but I think it would actually be like a draw. So we lost the East Force troop transport. Was that the one with the special forces on it? The first armored troop transport. Damn it, we lost armored troops off the coast of the Philippines. We lost a destroyer Hotspur. Japanese used 3 kamikazes. Rupert Force Special Forces also destroyed. 2nd U.S. Corps destroyed. Yeah, kamikazes suck. Germans have a large naval force north of Norway. Okay, I don't really care about this intel. Alright, so a bunch of new Soviet units. Snowstorms. Of course you do, jack shit. Yep. Pieces of poo. How are they getting supply in through here? These guys should be totally cut off. Okay. Let's reinforce these guys to full strength. All right. So we reinforced a bunch of our Russian units there. Meanwhile, I think we had these transports coming ashore to bring a garrison unit into the Middle East. So we just spent all our Indian money reinforcing this army here. You'd think these Japanese troops, whoever's in here, would be, like, suffering attrition damage. But apparently not. Alright, meanwhile, new Chinese units have arrived. A garrison and a new corps. So the new corps will deploy near Langkao. The garrison unit will deploy here. Meanwhile, this British unit... I can't throw it on transports, really? Well, the headquarters unit made it. They're the only ones. Everybody else died. Where is the Japanese carrier? Did he pull back into port? Alright, so we found the enemy carrier. Oh my god, he sank me in one hit? Well, actually, I think it was like a level 1 sub. So I'm glad I wasted all my subs, which are going to be the most effective thing at destroying these guys. My battleships can't get there. So I basically can move in and attack them with cruisers. And that's it. Actually, I think we might have some surface warships down here. I don't want to use my carriers if I don't have to, because I would like to use my carriers against the enemy subs down there. But that looks like that's going to be a luxury. It looks like I'm going to have to use the carriers. Although, we just moved... Yeah, we drove them into the arms of the American surface fleet. They retreated into our battleship guns. Got him! Alright, so that guy's dead. Why can these guys not do any ASW? Like, they suck at it, apparently. God, I hate how worthless these guys are. How little can these guys do? Jesus Christ. Well, we're going to get hit by 2 enemy subs next turn. Meanwhile, I've moved in to take Corregidor. I'm so glad I got all those, the best units of the Australian Army destroyed last turn. We still have this Special Forces guy. Let's hope they don't have more kamikazes there that are going to hit us. Meanwhile, the Japanese Navy is down to 2 units with the destruction of their last carrier. Okay, we'll reinforce those Marines to full strength. I don't have any frickin' destroyers to deal with the enemy subs. So that's fun. Okay. So reinforce all those guys. Like, I don't know really what to do down here. I mean, I've got an Australian headquarter unit, so I really should try and leverage that and get the Australian forces into the theater. I'm just worried they're all going to die from enemy kamikazes. Alright, so that's the Pacific Theater, I think, for this turn. We already kind of did China. I think we can buy some more units, though, for China. So they're at 144, so we should be able to afford another... almost can afford another army. I guess we can just buy it and then upgrade it when the unit comes. Alright. Buying new Soviet stuff. Okay, so... So that's a river. Why can't these guys reinforce? What? What's the supply situation there? Why is the supply situation so bad with this many headquarters so close to the front? I don't understand that. I mean, maybe I need to throw them, like, create, like, I guess I probably should focus on getting headquarter units into the supply cities. I've got one here at Barcelona. I've got another one here at Burgos. Move this mechanized unit back here. I need to get this guy back, but he can't move. So I'll have to switch these two next turn. Meanwhile, they didn't try to take Naples, which is interesting. So all of southern Italy is still in our control. Okay. All right. Took some infrastructure damage in London due to the V2s. I think the Americans were going to operate this fighter into Spain as well. Just to give us as much of a chance against the Germans as possible when they do come south. I didn't realize this American unit was still alive and kicking. March them south as much as we can anyway. Hopefully they can get out. So some of these units have already started digging in. I'll swap the artillery with these guys next turn. They won't be as dug in as I would like. Meanwhile, we've got a second American army. I think I'm actually going to send these guys to England. Just in the off chance the Germans try and cross the channel with some force. Or maybe we should send them to Spain. Yeah, let's send them to Spain. I don't know. Apparently the German Navy is like just chilling up here in the north. They've got a carrier, battleships, destroyers, subs. We could try and engage them. They're on the supply route to Russia. I would like to think they won't try an invasion, though, with us having strong naval presences in all the ports. Meanwhile, America, 278. I don't know. Are paratroopers worth it? I don't know. All right, research. Let's see. We got the next level of logistics, I believe it was. So we're investing to try and get to 5. Production technology didn't make a bump. Industrial technology did go up slightly, though not a huge amount. Amphib warfare will probably be to level 5 before long. So I think we're doing okay there. We could bump up the fighters one more because we're going to need 2 levels of investment. Tanks are almost to 5 also. But I think with a 278 we'd be better served going with a new either special forces or army. We'll go with special forces. So you can see we'll get special forces in June of 44, armor in March of 44, and mechanized in February of 44. So that just about does it for this turn. We still have at least one more turn of winter in Russia, which should help. The British are not as bankrupt as they seem. I'm sending so much of the British income to Russia. Okay. Be interesting to see if the Germans split Russia with Japan or not. I don't know if Russia can be saved, Sean Mack. If you had asked me 10 turns ago, I would have thought Russia would have fallen 9 turns ago. So I'm not super optimistic, but on the flip side, I've been wrong before. Like, how are these guys not being attrited to death? It's not even a supply city. I need destroyers, actually. That's what I should have spent some money on. So we got 2 Commonwealth Australian corps within reach. We've also got the Conga force ready to come ashore at Legepsy. So hopefully we can start taking the Philippines here soon. If we take a look at the national morale chart for Japan, it's constantly falling. They're down to 59. Taking China out would give them a big boost, I think. So like if they take Chongqing or some of the other bases around there, that could give them a big boost. Langkao is also a national morale objective. But my hope is that I can start moving some of these units on Okinawa in the next turn or two. I think carrier aviation will provide cap to destroy the enemy kamikazes. I didn't have cap over the guys down here in the south. I didn't have any aircraft. Although, wait, no, the Wasps should have provided cap over them, I would have thought. Maybe the weather was bad? Well, no, then how did they fly? I don't know. It's a good question that I just asked myself. All right. All right, and that's going to do it for episode number 51 of my Let's Play series of Strategic Command, World War II, World at War. Another rough turn, another day of the Allies barely hanging on, and a massacre off the coast of the Philippines by Japanese kamikazes. That was not a great turn. Things did not go well, but yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll see how things play out in our next video. I hope you guys do enjoy this series. Leave your thoughts down below as always, and until next time, I'm out.